Xianxia. There was a call not far away. Xianxia raised his eyes and saw Qiantong and Fei Jitu staring at him in a daze. From time to time, they glanced at the warship suspended in midair, showing the appearance that they wants to talk and stops. Although the two of them are the top powerhouses on the Shadowed Star, they are also shocked and speechless at this moment. Have they ever seen a battleship up to the Void King grade? Although there are warships in Shadow Moon Palace, the one with the highest quality is only a Void grade low rank. It took several years for Xiaolin Grandmaster combine with a large number of item refining experts in the sect and use countless of materials to refine it. It's not a problem for such a warship to search for mineral veins near the Shadowed Star, but if you want to go deep into the star territory, it is undoubtedly a fantasy. The dangers in the star field cannot be taken into account by common sense. The battleship of Shadow Moon Palace is not good. It does not mean that Dragon Cave Mountain is not good. The warship with the quality up to the Void King class already possesses the ability to sail. With its power, it may not be impossible to restore the connection between the Shadowed Star and the outside world. At the worst, you can take it to leave the Shadowed Star, break away from the shackles of the laws of heaven and earth here, and go to other stars to promote the Void King realm. Qiantong and Fei Jitu instantly thought of many possibilities, and their emotions were ups and downs, and their expressions were excited. They don't care whether they can get through the connection between Shadowed Star and the outside world, but their cultivation level has always been trapped at the peak of the Void Return stage. They have been suffering from the suppression of the laws of heaven and earth and cannot be promoted. Now they suddenly see such a hope. Naturally they are very excited. But even if their relationship with Xianxia is good, they are embarrassed to ask such a thing at this moment. After all, the value of this Void King grade battleship is too great. Looking at them, Xianxia also vaguely guessed what they were thinking. Smiled slightly and said, "Elder Qian, Fei City Master, both of you can wait for some time with a peace of mind. Now things on my side are in a mess. How about waiting me to contact you after I handle my own affairs?" When Qiantong and Fei Jitu heard this, they both nodded and said, "Okay." Although Xianxia did not make a promise, he did not mention anything. But as long as he is still in Shadowed Star, they can naturally contact him again. What's more, now that Dragon Cave Mountain is devastated, and those small hills have been razed to the ground by the power of the crystal cannon, it is clear that it is no longer suitable for living. Qiantong said, "Xianxia, if you don't mind, you can take those people to live in the main altar of my Shadow Moon Palace. I wonder what you think?" Although Qiantong's proposal is meant to be considered for his own sake, the idea to provide Xianxia with a foothold. It is a proposal that is beneficial to both parties. Xianxia slowly shook his head, and said loudly, "Elder Qian, kindness this junior has accepted, but the junior has their own places to go to, so you don't have to trouble yourself." "Is that so?" A look of disappointment flashed across Qiantong's face, but he didn't try to force it and nodded, "All right, although the old man doesn't know where you are going. But since you have a place to stay, then the old man will not say anything more to you now. He will wait for you to settle down and let someone pass a message to the old man in the future. The news is enough, and the old man will visit him personally." "Of course." Xianxia slightly clasped his fists. Immediately, he turned his head and looked at Wei Gucheng and Dong Xuanair, and thanked them. This time Dragon Cave Mountain was besieged by the powerful forces, and few people helped him. Except for the mysterious woman surnamed Yi, there were 4 people in the Shadow Moon Palace. Xianxia naturally remembered this kindness. At this moment, only these people had the guts to stay. The others who were still alive had already escaped. Even Mo Yu, who had an ambiguous attitude towards Dragon Cave Mountain, disappeared. Click. A soft noise came from midair, and the door of the warship suspended over there suddenly opened. Xianxia glanced at it and grinned. "Elder Qian, Fei City Master, the juniors are leaving." Qiantong and Fei Jitu nodded slightly, and did not hold him back. Xianxia shook his body and came to the divine tree and put out a hand to cover it. At the same time, the surging divine consciousness burst out and collected it into the black book space. The shadow shot. All the people headed by the woman surnamed Yi flew from where they were passing through the warship hatch and disappeared. Yang Kai followed closely, and after Yang Kai entered, the hatch quickly closed. There was a hum from the battleship, which turned into a stream of light and disappeared in place. Such a fast speed. Fei Jitu looked shocked at the direction where the battleship disappeared. Compared with the speed of the battleship in the Shadow Moon Palace, it was nothing compared with that. An inexplicable excitement appeared on Xiantong's face, and he murmured, "I didn't expect that this small mountaintop is so talented and powerful." Mo Xiaosheng, they provoke people who shouldn't be offended this time. Fei Jitu smiled. What are you worrying about what they do? What you and I should consider now is how to persuade Yang Kai to use this battleship to leave the cage of the Shadowed Star. As long as you and I are promoted to the Void King realm, this Shadowed Star will be under the Shadow Moon Palace. Hearing this, Xiantong's expression was shocked, his eyes sparkled, and he nodded repeatedly. Tens of miles away from Dragon Cave Mountain, Mo Xiaosheng and others who fled in embarrassment all looked up at the direction where the battleship disappeared, their expressions pale. Not to mention the great loss this time, but they have forged enmity with Dragon Cave Mountain. Judging from the background displayed by this small hill, I am afraid that the future of the Battle Sky Union will not be too good. Mo Xiaosheng's face was ugly, with a worried look on his face. This is the case for the great elder of Battle Sky Union, the same is for Cheng Pingxuan, Jinshi, Old Lady Feng, and others. One or two who have the taste of death with regretful look. Especially Jinshi, today's battle caused him to lose an arm, which can be regarded as a serious injury. However, some are happy. On the side of Clean Sky Sect, Mo Yu is in a good mood. In any case, this time he didn't have any malice against Dragon Cave Mountain. He just made one shot and helped Yang Kai resolve some crises. As long as the other person is not blind, he should be able to see his kindness. Moreover, his two disciples still had some friendship with Yang Kai, and it seemed that he could also take advantage of this opportunity. He naturally had some ideas, the same as Xiantong and Fei Jitu. At this point, Mo Yu slowly said, "Tower. The disciple is here." Shen Shidao took a step forward in response. "In the future, you will walk around with this Yang Kai more. If you can use methods to capture his body and mind, that would be great." Master. Shen Shidao was very embarrassed. Although her honored master had a mild temper, he had never talked to her about such sensitive topics. At the moment he spoke like this, and Shen Shidao suddenly became overwhelmed. This woman was already proud, sexy and mature, and her demeanor and shyness added a touching amorous feelings, so that the eyes of the male disciples of Clean Sky Sect were straightened. Honored master is not joking. Mo Yu's face was extremely serious. "If you can marry him, then you are my greatest hero in the Clean Sky Sect." Shen Shidao was stunned. She waited outside with Lu Yang and others before. Although she heard the fierce fighting inside Dragon Cave Mountain, she didn't know what happened. However, it was inferred from her master's words at this moment that it seemed that Yang Kai's performance in Dragon Cave Mountain had made the honored master hold a great respect for him. What happened there that changed their honored master's attitude like this? She knew very well how high her master's vision was. Not long after she was accepted by the honored master last time, an elder in the clan proposed marriage for one of their descendants and wanted to marry herself as his wife, but the honored master refused. The elder's younger generation has good aptitude and strength, and is considered to be a leader. Such people are not in the eyes of her honored master. How can Yang Kai make her honored master look at him so high? In Shen Shitao's impression, Yang Kai was really strong, and he was considered a strong one among the cultivators of the same level, but Shen Shitao always thought that his greatest strength was the fortune and luck that ordinary people could hardly match. But her honored master is not very interested in the explanation of luck. Shen Shitao couldn't figure it out. Not to mention the changes in the thoughts of these outsiders in the battleship, Yang Kai looked around with surprise. When he went to Flowing Flame Sandfield with Yang Yan the other day, he had heard Yang Yan say that in the basement of Dragon Cave Mountain there was a bigger battleship, so when this battleship came out, Yang Kai was not surprised. The only surprise is that this battleship is too small. After entering the interior, he realized that the battleship has a hole in the sky, which is the same as the Flying Shark battle shuttle. The exterior does not look big, but the interior is extremely spacious. There are exquisite wing rooms, as well as meditation rooms, item refining rooms, pill refining rooms, and martial arts venues. There are various facilities. Such a battleship is much more upscale than the huge battleship of the Constant Gathering Chamber of Commerce that Yang Kai was riding in back then. Walking forward continuously, Yang Kai soon came to an arched hall. In this hall was lit with fresh sandalwood, the floor was covered with red blankets, and the surroundings were decorated with strange stones for lighting. The decoration was very warm. At this moment, everyone in Dragon Cave Mountain who can speak is basically here, including the new woman surnamed Xianxia, who are also standing beside Yang Yan. Changqi, Howen and the others looked as usual. After all, they had also fought and entered and exited the battleship many times when they were refining the battleship. Not to mention Qian Yu and Wu Yi, the two of them have already become Yang Yan left and right arm. On the contrary, Ning Xianxia kept a shocked expression, as if he couldn't believe it in the wildest dream. From time to time, he glanced at the woman surnamed Yi. His expression was conscientious. He knows the origins of this woman better than anyone present, so he can't let go of his hands and feet in front of her. What makes Ning Xianxia shocked is that the woman surnamed Yi actually calls Yang Yan as Lord. With the top cultivation base of Third Order Void Return stage, she obeys Yang Yan and has a respectful attitude. Ning Xianxia couldn't wait to punch himself to confirm if he was really dreaming. When Yang Kai arrived, Wu Yi and others were looking sad and sighing constantly. Although in this battle, Dragon Cave Mountain can be regarded as a complete victory, not only has it killed countless enemies but has not lost itself, but their home is gone. How can they be happy? That was the home they worked hard to build. But it was destroyed by an unexpected battle. Years of hard works are now destroyed. Who doesn't feel bad about it? To be continued.